I want to say thank you to the panel for coming today. Obviously, a very heavy subject. I especially want to thank the victims here today for coming and testifying about what we can do to help stop sex trafficking, especially around major sporting events in the U.S. Border Czar Tom Homan recently announced that more than 62,000 migrant children have been rescued by the Trump administration and saved from truly despicable conditions, including sex trafficking, forced labor after they cross the border without parents under the Biden administration. According to a 2024 DHS OIG report, the Biden administration released 291,000 unaccompanied alien children without notices to appear or a scheduled court date, and had no way of tracking them after they arrived in the country. What makes this even more troubling is that just yesterday, over 200 House Democrats voted against the Kayla Hamilton Act legislation that includes provision that strengthened protections for unaccompanied alien children by requiring thorough background checks of potential sponsors and adult household members and imposing stricter criminal history requirements. Sheriff, do you think that these families that we're putting these unaccompanied minors into, do you think that those families should be vetted?
Absolutely.
You think they should be thoroughly vetted?
Absolutely, top to bottom.
Can you see any reason why people in this very chamber would be voting against that?
I can't think of a reason.
Thanks, Sheriff. Ms. Maffa, you mentioned several major sporting events where many traffickers and predators were arrested. And I appreciate you bringing up that data. I'm guessing most of these arrests were likely due to digital online investigations. Can you confirm or deny that?
I would have to go back and check, but I assume many of these were based on online stings and some joint cooperative between local and likely federal law enforcement.
Thank you. Ms. Litvak, thank you so much for that amazing testimony. When I get to hear individuals like yourself who have taken something that's just awful and atrocious and turned it into something amazing and beautiful, it's one of the most powerful testimonies I've ever heard. And I also appreciate that you brought up one of my favorite scripture verses as well, Genesis 50:20. I think that's so awesome. I've never met you in my life, but I'm proud of you for doing what you're doing. What would you like to tell young boys and girls and parents that might listen to this hearing about how to avoid the awful victimization that you endured?
Thank you so much for sharing that, and also for acknowledging, this is also a spiritual battle as much as it is physical.
Amen.
It's pure evil. But what I want people to know, don't think, families, parents, that this can't happen to you and this can't happen, because it happens in our own backyard. No Trafficking Zone understands this happens in every single school district. This happened to me in Katy ISD. There's wonderful teachers there. Some of my best friends work there, but also there's a lot of complacency. So not always are people's intentions malicious, but parents and families need to be on the lookout for vulnerable children. And Jeffrey Epstein in the Ghislaine Maxwell case is a great example of this, who were recruiting and paying other children who were impoverished and who were in marginalized and different communities that were more susceptible to being given, whether it was a couple $100s or an incentive for peer-on-peer recruitment. So anybody can be a victim, anybody can be a trafficker, and anybody can be a buyer as well, but also a procurer of forced labor, and this can happen to any child. And I never want somebody to have to walk through what myself and my family have walked through, and countless other victims, so many who will never get to have their voices heard, and they have a voice, but many people sadly do not make it out. It's 1%. Don't wait until this happens to you, where it should become personal before this happens to you, where everybody takes up arms and covers our communities, our churches, our schools, our institution, our government in prayer constantly. But we're in such a divisive time, and we really need more unity, but also education and awareness. Be prepared before it happens to you.
Thank you. My last question, Ms. Lundstrom, you discussed many failures in our legal system to hold traffickers accountable. You went through several examples of arrests and then traffickers not being held accountable. In your opinion, ma'am, what is the disconnect with our justice system? Why do you think more of these individuals aren't actually being incarcerated and held accountable?
That's a great question, and I wish that there was a single answer. I think there are many different systems failures along the way, and the reality is because we don't have comprehensive data and because we don't share information across information silos, we're not truly able to see a full picture of where those gaps are and how best to address them. And that's actually something that Polaris is working on right now, is a national framework that would help identify risk patterns across industries, coordinate law enforcement and service providers, and deploy resources to where they're needed. But ultimately, it starts with having that data and intelligence and being able to talk about it and look at the different pieces of the story.
Thank you. I yield back.